Seeing individuals dedicate themselves to tyrannical death cults, led by suicidal maniacs, is bad enough. Knowing that I may have contributed to their choices is terrible. I asked him why the Alexander stuff had convinced him the Islamic State was wrong, whereas the group's practices of mass murder and sex slavery had never tipped him off. He said the latter were consistent with the religion, while the Alexander plagiarism failed intellectual tests on their own terms.
In prison, he began to study the Quran in greater detail and focused on the aspects that most puzzled him. Among these was the figure called Dhul Qarnayn, the two-horned one, who appears in the Quran's 18th chapter and is believed by many to refer to Alexander the Great. Cerantonio did not see a resemblance between Dhul Qarnayn and the Alexander of history, but he noted similarities between Dhul Qarnayn and a heavily fabulized version of Alexander's story written in Aramaic. He considered that the Aramaic version may have plagiarized the Quran, but after acquiring a copy of the Aramaic and translating it for himself, he determined that the reverse was more likely. Realizing that Dhul Qarnayn was not at all a real person, but was rather based on a fictional account of Alexander the Great, instantly left me with only one possible conclusion. The Quran was not divinely inspired, he wrote. It had taken Alexander the Great fan fiction as fact. Of course, I would have preferred to discover all that 17 years ago and avoided much trouble. He has therefore abandoned not only ISIS, but Islam and religion as a whole. He is an atheist and admires the God Delusion author Richard Dawkins. Of course, I would have preferred to discover all that 17 years ago and avoided much trouble.
They want to know about Islam, we'll give them da'wah. They want to know what a Muslim does, we'll give them da'wah. When they want to hate on our deen, we'll give them da'wah. Who's the one and only? Nobody but Allah.